Hey, chiropractors, welcome to Modern Chiropractic Mastery with your host, Dr. Kevin Christie, where we discuss the latest in marketing, business, and professional growth with some of the leading experts in the industry. Hey, docs, welcome to a solo episode where today I'm going to talk about AI and search and what that's going to mean for our practices. I think it's we're hitting that point, and I'll kind of come right out of the gates with a story of that. I actually had a 69-year-old patient who came in, new patient, and I asked him, as we always do, how he found us, and he had mentioned he found us through Grok, and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's the first new patient I've had say they got us from AI search, and two, I was surprised he was 69 years old, and being the first one to tell me that. But I was intrigued, so I asked him, what did you prompt Grok to that found me?" And so he told me. So I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. There's a particular chiropractor up in West Palm Beach, Florida, about 45 minutes away, and his daughter was seeing that chiropractor, and his daughter raved about that chiropractor, but he didn't want to drive that far. So he prompted Grok and just said, find me a chiropractor like Doctor first name, last name, in who's in West Palm Beach, but I want that chiropractor to be in Boca Raton, Florida. And that's how he prompted Grok, and it spit me out. And it was very accurate because that particular doctor I know and is a great provider up there and does very similar techniques as me and trains similar stuff. I've actually taken a course that he hosted at his office, or he didn't teach it. He just hosted it there, an ART one. But yeah, so it was accurate in who it fed to him. And I was very, very intrigued by that. And so that was our first new patient from Grok, and not our last, hopefully. But I think it's going to change things. So I'm going to read a couple different prompts that me and another team member I did here. And so the first prompt we did was, and this was to Grok. You can plug in whatever uh, ChatGPT or Claude, any of the different ones. But it was best sports chiropractor near Boca Raton, and this is what it spit out. Quote, "I don't have enough current data to definitely crown the best sports chiropractor in Boca Raton as of March 12th, 2025, but I can point you toward some highly regarded options based on available information and patient feedback. Here's a rundown of standout contenders." And the first one happened to be us. So here he goes. Health Fit Chiropractic and Sports Recovery gets a lot of buzz for its focus on athletes. Led by Dr. Kevin Christie, this practice emphasizes sports recovery with services like adjustments, manual therapy, and rehabilitative exercises tailored to performance and injury prevention. Patients, including triathletes and NFL players, praise its role in boosting recovery and reducing pain recurrence. It's a solid pick if you're into a comprehensive athlete-centered approach. For a more personalized recommendation, I'd need specifics on your needs, say the type of sports injury or the type of sport, injury, or therapy preference. If you want me to dig deeper into X posts or web reviews for real-time sentiment, just say the word. Based on what's out there, HealthFit seems to lead the pack for sports-specific expertise, but all these options have their fans for a reason. And so that was the prompt that we did, and that's what it spit out, which was favorable for us. We also had done a second one, which was best shockwave therapy Boca Raton, and this was its response. I assume you're asking about shockwave therapy in the context of sports-related care, given your earlier question about sports chiropractors in Boca Raton. If I've got that wrong, let me know, and I'll pivot accordingly. Since shockwave therapy is often used for musculoskeletal issues like tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, or sports injuries, I'll focus on providers in Boca Raton that offer it with a sports lens as of March 12th, 2025. Here's what I've found based on available information. And then it lists us first, which I thought was good for us as well. Um, and we had done a really nice, and we've gotten some good results on it, but we did a great shockwave page on our website, very robust. Let's take a break from today's episode and announce our first sponsor. This is going to be Propel Marketing and Design. I've known Darcy Sullivan for years. We've worked hand in hand on my websites. I don't trust anybody else to do this search engine optimization. She does a great job. There's so much to it. A lot of the lingo and the words are beyond my comprehension, but it's just amazing work that she does. And if you're really going to get results with Google, you have to make sure your website is SEO optimized. And I really don't want you doing it yourself as a chiropractor. So you just have to have this type of stuff done. And if you're looking to get more organic online traffic that pulls in new patients, Propel Marketing and Design is currently offering chiropractors who listen to this podcast a free SEO website review. The free review will help you uncover methods that will improve your website and boost your search engine visibility. Head over to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor and schedule your free SEO website review. You won't regret it. She gets great results. Your website needs this. Your search results need this. Head on over there to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor to get your free SEO website review. It's just interesting to see that people are starting to use the AI searches to find their providers. And what are we going to do to try to be first on those answers? I think for us, what benefits is we've been creating content and testimonials and reviews and just a lot of total web presence for like 10 years now. And I think that's helped feed the search prompts. And then shortly after that, Parker Vegas was held, and Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, who many people know, he was one of their keynote speakers. I wasn't there, but one of my friends was there, one of our colleagues, and he said that Gary V talked about this subject in depth about AI and search and how it's going to impact Google Ads, how it's going to impact Google search, and that you need to be consistently creating content to be able to, really be the best answer, or at least in the top answers of the ChatGPTs and the Groks and the Claudes of the world. And there's other ones. And he just talked about those who are going to create consistent, valuable content over time is going to do better in the AI search world. And I feel like it was like a great moment because I've been preaching that for a long time now, ever since I learned about content marketing about 10 or 11 years ago through the Content Marketing Institute. And it was all about creating content to position yourself as an expert, which you still need to do, content marketing for Google search. But now those that are creating consistent content, which we've been preaching for years now, um, are going to do better in AI search. And that was what Gary Vee was talking about. And that was kind of the whole basis of his talk. And so you need to be creating that. You need to be doing that for sure. And so I then went and I asked Google, 'cause if you notice now, if you type things into Google, it gives you an AI answer on the top from its AI. And so I asked, is AI going to significantly change search? And it answered, yes, AI is significantly changing search by enhancing algorithms, understanding your intent better, and potentially leading to more personalized and conversational search experiences while also impacting SEO strategies. Here's a more detailed look at how AI is impacting search. One, enhanced search algorithms and user intent. AI powered algorithms like Google's Rank Brain Analyzer uses queries and context to provide more relevant and accurate search results. Semantic search is becoming increasingly important, where AI helps search engines understand the meaning and context behind search queries, going beyond simple keyword matching. So, Google search or search in general over time has been about keyword matching. AI is going to change that. It's going to be a lot more complex than just matching keywords. AI can analyze context, synonyms, and even the emotional tone of a query, leading to more accurate and personalized results. Let's take a short break for one of our great sponsors, TrackStat. It is a new type of software plugin for your EHR that combines patient communication, marketing, automation, and statistics with patient and employee tracking. Built by chiropractors for chiropractors, it shows your team what to focus on each day. See patient visit habits, missing information, unpaid bills, insurance collection visit average, and more. Great visibility of data so you can focus on filling your office with your best patients. When you can see what your staff and patients are doing or not doing and take action accordingly, your profits naturally grow. Take TrackStat for a test drive in your office with our free trial. Not a techie, no problem, we can help. To get started on your free trial, visit trackstat.org and watch the demo. That is trackstat.org. Number two, rise of AI driven search experiences. AI powered search engines and chatbots offer a more conversational and interactive search experience, allowing users to ask questions and receive answers in a more natural way. Generative AI tools can summarize information, provide explanations, and even generate content, potentially changing how users interact with search results. AI overviews are being introduced by search engines like Google, offering AI generated summaries and links to relevant sources, which can be more helpful for complex questions. Number three, impact on SEO and content creation. So, this is a big part of what we preach and what we do for our clients, content creation and such. All right. So, number three, impact on SEO and content creation. SEO strategies need to adapt to focus on understanding user intent and creating high quality, relevant content that resonates with users rather than just keyword stuffing. Uh, I often, when I present on content marketing, I give the definition of content marketing from Joe Polizzi, and the words creating high quality, relevant content are in his definition of being a great content creator. So it's just all coming together. I think for those that have been creating content or those that are going to start creating content, it's been pretty cool to see this come to fruition as AI is becoming obviously more prevalent. All right, next part. AI generated content is becoming more prevalent, but it's important to ensure that it meets the same quality standards as human written content. I want to reread that because a lot of people are going to just start creating AI generated content. And I want to clarify, if let's say you shot a 5-minute video and that's your information, and then you took that video and you took the script of that video, you ran it through something like Descript, and you took this transcript and you ran that through AI and you asked it to create a blog, that is not purely AI generated content. That is actually AI plus human created content. Versus if you just said, create a blog on headaches for me, and you asked it to do it, it would do that for you. But that's just purely AI generated. Okay. Um, Organizations need to focus on producing content that is distinct from AI generated content, which is summarizes what I just told you. As a chiropractor, and this is where I think our marketing done for chiropractic program separates itself, is that we teach you to actually shoot 4 videos or give us audios, and then we produce all the content for you. Yes, in some ways leveraging AI, but in some ways not, but leveraging it. But it's your voice, it's your content. And so, as it says right here, again, I'll reread it. Organizations need to focus on producing content that is distinct from AI generated content, emphasizing a personal approach and unique perspectives. So, you don't want to fall into the trap of saying, no, I'm going to have marketing, but it's all going to be AI generated. You can leverage AI, but we need your unique perspective. Number four, potential challenges and considerations. The accuracy and reliability of AI generated information are important considerations, as AI can sometimes provide incorrect or misleading answers. The impact on traditional search engines and websites is a concern, as AI driven search experiences could lead to users spending less time on individual websites. Yes, so that's the thing, right? I still think your website needs to be your hub. There's a website, you need to have a website. You need to make sure it's a living, breathing entity with content on it. But we probably will start to see websites not have as much impact on SEO. But if you're creating content consistently, you're going to just offset that with more AI search results. Let's take a short break from today's episode to tell you about the best decision I've made in my clinic in the last 10 years. And that has been adding shockwave therapy to our clinic. The outcomes have been really impressive. Certain conditions we were struggling with in the past, we're now seeing results with the shockwave therapy for that. And second of all, the ROI has been really good. When you make a big investment in something, you want to see a return. And we're seeing that return in clinical outcomes and in our investment. And that's been really nice to see. I chose Keenest Medical for 4 reasons. One is the technology is top notch. You have to have great technology. There's a lot out there that isn't quite up to snuff. The second thing is they have a really good clinical training. They have an exclusive partnership with Academy of Shockwave Excellence so that you can become clinically proficient in shockwave. You do need to get skilled at it. I think that's a big differentiator between practices that are getting great results and seeing the ROI is they have a great clinical aspect to that as well. So you want to get trained appropriately. Third is they have in-house service team for all of your technical support, which is key when you're investing in a machine like this. And then lastly, they have a very in-depth marketing and business support for you so that you can launch this into your practice effectively, that you can get that ROI on it, that you can get the clinical outcomes. And they also have really good financing options if you need that. So go to KeenestMedical.com, KINAS medical.com, mention MCM podcast and receive a free shockwave in practice book with a purchase of a unit. So that's KeenestMedical.com, KINAS medical.com, and mention MCM podcast. And then lastly, the future of search is likely to be a combination of traditional search engines and AI powered tools, with AI enhancing the search experience rather than replacing it entirely. And so that was me prompting Google, and then Google giving me its AI generated answer, which was in fact telling us that, yeah, traditional Google search and what we know is search and SEO and all the other things are going to be impacted as we go. And so I want you to be ready for that. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? So, my advice is whether you're I think sometimes chiropractors get frustrated because they start to create content, they don't turn into influencers, or they don't see a ton of engagement per se, or they don't have a direct new patient said, "Oh yeah, I saw your video on YouTube or your Instagram post," and so they stop creating content. My advice is you got to consider, and this goes back to Gary Vee. He said this years ago: is you got to consider yourself a media company, and I consider my practice a media company in a sense, and we act as though that is. We get so much content out there in our community. I consider it MCM is a media company. I try to get as much content out to you as possible. Um, and you got to consider yourself a leading educator in your community and kind of like a media company. And you just have to continue to consistently create content and get it out there, right? And just make it part of your practice and business development. As a chiropractor, and if you're a business owner, you got to look at it as you are a doctor and you're an educator, and your content that you're creating isn't going to turn you an influencer, most likely. Maybe it does, but that's not the point. It's to have a total web presence. If you do that consistently, it's going to help your practice grow over time. And yeah, you got to look at ways to make that load easier for you, right? So, and maybe you do have to spend some money on marketing. Right? I think that's another misconception of a lot of chiropractors is that they hang their hat on not spending money on marketing, but almost all good businesses spend money on marketing. It doesn't have to be 10%. Some people say that. If you get to that point, that's fine. If it's working, spend more money and spend if it's got an ROI, but don't just blanket throw 10%. Anybody that says you have to spend 10% of your revenue on marketing isn't giving you all the facts, and you work your way up to that. Or you don't, if it's that good and it's compelling, or you're just really getting a lot of referrals and stuff like that, it's something to determine, but you have to spend money on marketing. You just have to. Chiropractors, we just become so notorious for just not wanting to spend any money on anything and expect to grow. And then we'll kind of hang our hat on like, oh, well, my, you know, my overhead's low. It's like, yeah, but your revenue is really low too. And there's a give and take there. You got to spend money to make money at certain points. And so you got to be doing marketing. You got to spend a little bit of money on it, not a ton. But yeah, maybe you do want to run some ads, or maybe you want to offload some of this to it, and I, our clients are offloading a lot of it. They're shooting 4 videos, they're getting it to us, and we're posting this on everything from Instagram to YouTube to Google Business Profile to emailing their patients for them every week, uh, blogs every other month. I mean, we're doing a lot of things and getting a lot of content for our clients. And ultimately, if you do this consistently, um, you're going to grow your practice and it's going to be a lot easier for you. And so you don't have to worry about doing all the production of content and distribution. You can have someone like us do it for you, and you get that out there. And then you can focus on the things, like treating patients and running business and community outreach. Like that's some of the things that I love about our program is not only we do that marketing for you, but we also have the coaching component to you. And we're giving you a lot of strategies to help grow your business outside of just content. Because you can't build your practice and build just a killer practice by sitting behind a computer and creating content either. That's not how it works. Like you got to be really good clinically and you got to communicate well and you got to be a leader. We got to, coach you on those types of things. You got to get you out in the community a little bit. You got to have team meetings and what that looks like to develop your team. You got to hire right. There's a lot to it. And that's why you need someone in your corner to help you with that. And that's why we're helping chiropractors do that. But too many of you aren't doing any content at all. And I think over the next coming years, those who are, and those who are doing it consistently, are going to start seeing 5 to 10 to 15 new patients a month from AI generated search results. And I want to make sure you are getting those and not falling behind on it. And it's not going to be complicated, but it's about creating content and leveraging AI to help grow your practice. So that's where we're at. I'm going to be also having an episode in the coming weeks with Darcy Sullivan on this topic as well and getting her perspective of it, but just wanted to give you a kind of rundown of what we're seeing and what some other chiropractors are talking about as well on AI and search. So if you're interested in what we're offering in our programs, go to modernchiropracticmarketing.com. We got all the information there, and we are here to help you out. Have a great week in practice and talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you want to make the shift from busy, broke, and broken to time-free and cash confident, or you just want to continue with the exponential growth, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com. Look at the MCM Mastery tab, watch the short video on there, and check out what we are doing now for evidence-informed chiropractors. We are equal parts coaching and marketing done for you. Yes, you shoot some videos, we help you with campaign strategies and ideas and really become a thought leader in your community. You shoot those videos, you send them to us, we produce, edit, and brand them to you. Then we distribute them through all of your channels. We also take them and we turn it into one good blog per month. And every other month, we have Darcy Sullivan producing a robust blog with a topic that you pick from her database to help with your SEO. So we essentially become your content marketing agency to make sure your practice is always having ethical, elegant content marketing to help grow your practice. On the coaching side, we also help you with everything from marketing ideas to business, communications, finances, anything practice growth, and really try to help prevent you from being stuck on that island. And we hold you accountable. We have a great group of doctors that are just doing amazing things. And we look forward to help you out to take that next step in your practice. So again, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com and learn more.